Hey guys, Chase here with the Penny Pinchers Guide series. So the other day, Bradford and I were talking and we decided to come out with our own little mini series based on our book that we wrote a few months back. We're going to be going over specifically some key concepts in each chapter that we think are some of the bigger points of the book that we really want to hit on. And if you want to dive into it a little bit more, you can actually go down into the description down below. There's a link there that'll take you to the book and you can check it out for yourself. But some of the big key points that we wanted to focus on today, I'm specifically going to talk about how to make your money go further in the long run. And that's a big topic, right? So using your money now versus using it later, how to utilize it to get to a certain point, that's a big point that we want to talk on. So specifically, the first thing that I want to talk about is determine the type of person that you are. And so I'll break it down really into two different groups. You're a type A or a type B. Type A is somebody that takes their money, they look at their money and they say, all right, what can I buy with this? I need to spend this right now. It's the person that's going to be burning a hole in their pocket and they need to use it so they can get something out of it. Type B is the person that's going to see that money, they're going to see the value in it and the potential in it, and they're going to take that money, invest it, or use it to invest into themselves so that it can grow down the line and eventually make you the money so you can turn into that type A person down the road and not have to think about these things. So that's like the big thing you need to do. You need to determine what type of person you want to be. Here at a Penny Pinchers Guide, we're B, right? We're the person that when you want to take that money and utilize it down the road. So how do you do that? We have a specific budget that we we develop and we maintain and we use that money because we know where we're going to put that money. If you have a budget, you know where your money is so that you can't go and spend it all up or you don't utilize it to most of its potential. So for me, I branch it out into about 7 different categories, one being dining out, other being groceries, home, car, travel, discretionary, and investments. So those are my big 7, and really they can change based on who you are, where you live, and what you desire to get out of your money. So I really comes down to your needs versus your wants. So your needs are going to be the things that you have to have. For me, it was, groceries, home, car, and then investments. And investments is one of the ones that can really change based on who you are. But for me, I want to invest now so that I can not have to work later. So those are my needs, and then the wants can be anything from the travel to, to eating out because you don't have to do that, to discretionary. So those are the big ones that you can really hit on, and depending on the person, it changes. So what does that really mean? So you're taking into consideration the type A, type B, the needs versus the wants, and you can really see that there's people that really take this down and they really understand this because these are the everyday millionaires. These are the people that are around you that you really don't realize that they're millionaires, but they're going to the same grocery stores as you. They're, driving around the same streets in the normal cars, the little Honda Civic that they have. They're the people that they utilize their money appropriately and they don't have to worry about it. They're financially free because of that. And that's kind of a big deal. You don't have to look like you're a millionaire. You don't have to be going out there getting the Gucci or the Ferraris and all these special things just because you're rich. No. They're the people that they took the time in the past to budget and determine things that they need and the want, and then they risk stratified it until they can, become that financially free in the future. So basically what it comes down to is that you need to take the time to find exactly what you want to get out of this. So take the time to look and find those special deals for shopping, for dining, for clothes, all those put together. A little bit over the long term is how you're going to make your money really go further for you. So one of the biggest examples that we like to hit on is specifically on coffee, right? So everybody loves to go to Starbucks. They like to get that white chocolate mocha, that frappe, whatever you like. You get there and you spend those $5. You think that's nothing, and then you kind of go along with your day. But just think about it. If you go, a couple times throughout the week, that money really adds up. And I'm not going to kind of break it down right now. Actually, Bradford puts up a really great video. I'll put a link of it right here. We actually are challenging Graham Stephan. He's one of the millennial masterminds right now, a big YouTube phenomenon. But he prides himself on a 20-cent iced coffee. Compared to the $5 Starbucks, it's a big deal. But 20 cents is even more impressive. Well, we challenged him to a 10-cent iced coffee challenge. And this is kind of a breakdown specifically of how Bradford has developed his 10-cent coffee, and while it also is cost effective, it is also very delicious. So go ahead and check that link out right here, and it kind of explains that. And that's one of the ways that you can make your money, go further, because you are utilizing your thoughts and everything right now, and saving the money now so that the money in the long term adds up and it kind of gains that interest and becomes something that's going to be something more and working for you down the road. So those are just kind of the biggest things that I want to hit on that chapter, kind of break it down a little bit more, ways to kind of accomplish those, the steps to kind of get to that point, all in this particular chapter. So really it just comes down to, are you willing to make the changes now to make your money work for you in the long run? And I can't tell you what to do with your life, what to do with your money, but you have to make that change inside so that you can make your money go work for you in the long run. So if you're interested in reading a little bit more about the book, go ahead and look in the description down below. You'll see the link to our book. You can download that. It's an ebook, or you can get a hard copy of that as well. If you're interested in getting some more videos on stimulus checks or what's just coming out right now in the news based on what we're coming out with right now, there's some potential changes with the stimulus checks, what you can expect, some executive orders. There's also some notes. I'll put those links right there. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about our book, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button right now. That will also give you some updates, specifically when we put out more stuff about our book. And before we go, I just want to remind you to pinch a little bit.